Happy Friday, everyone. It is September 5th, 2025, and I have a message for you all today. If you don't know me, by the way, I'm Mel. I channel messages, I read energy, I remote view, and do all sorts of things. Real quick, again, please don't respond to anyone who is messaging you or DMing you or whatever else. It's not me. I will never solicit my services. If you're interested, click the link tree for more information, okay? That said, let's see who's coming through for us today, okay? They have spoken of us in religious texts. They have mentioned our names and sullied us, for we keep record of what was and what is without interfering or taking sides. We have been watching and observing for eons, recording truths and accurate information about humanity's evolution so as to ensure that no other could change this information. We are, in the truest sense, unbiased, which is why we do not interfere. We do not get involved. We simply observe and watch and record what it is that we see. That said, today we wish to speak on something we believe the humanity's population is ready to hear, and that is the ratio of those who will move to the next level and those who will remain in the third dimensional space. Now, we want to be perfectly clear. We base our calculations on what we know to be a threshold that requires a soul to be ready to occupy the higher dimensional spaces. It is difficult to explain what this threshold is. However, someone who is consistently looking to external validation, confirmation, and is looking for their external environment to change before they can live their lives for their highest good and for their highest path, then they do not align with this threshold. No matter how many higher concepts they may believe in or have knowledge of. It is not about what you know. It is about what it is that you can actually integrate and live and be. We believe giving you the calculated ratio will help you better understand and prepare for what is to come. That said, let us give you the numbers as they stand right now. The percentage of the human population that will remain in the third dimensional space currently stands at 83%. The population ratio that will move forward into the other dimensional spaces is currently 17%. We want to give you this information because we believe many of you have a wrong impression about where humanity stands with regard to its ascension. We see these numbers as very encouraging, but so many of you will not. Many of you will be surprised and maybe even shocked by the amount of humanity's population that still resides in the third dimensional space. However, we must remind you that ascending into another dimensional space, reaching and occupying a higher dimensional space, requires that you align with that frequency. And aligning with this frequency means that you shed most of your human worries and your human aspects by integrating and living a life that is more peaceful and less concerning of what surrounds you. We find these numbers to be very encouraging, for these numbers have never been so high. And as you can tell, although these numbers by human standards may seem very low with regard to the ratio that will be moving into the higher levels, it has never been reached before. It is all that is needed. The threshold for humanity's ascension requires only 7%. And you stand at 17. You see how we in the high realm look at this information and we celebrate. For it is truly significant and exciting for us to be able to record and watch as it all unfolds. They call us the watchers. We do not interfere, but we see all. Wow, 8:55 minutes, 8 minutes, 55 seconds. The watchers today. What do you guys think? Some of you are going to be listening to this message. I already know it. And you're going to be very concerned. You're going to be freaking out, maybe some of you, and are wondering, am I part of the 83%? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Here's the thing. Some of you may even say, well, why are they telling us this? This is going to make us worry. So why even say it? To that, I will expand upon what the watcher said, or the watchers. I will say that whatever this event is that is upon us in the near future, it will reflect those kinds of numbers or similar numbers. So would you rather not know the extent of which, what is happening or will be happening, what will look like? Or would you want to know and kind of prepare? Because I don't know what the future looks like. I don't understand fully and have a grasp on what this what this looks like in the physical is what I mean. Okay, but listening to these numbers, I think so many of you might have been under the wrong impression. Okay, that the numbers are much higher. And I find it fascinating that the Watcher explained to us in terms of higher understanding and from a higher perspective, that 17% that we're standing at right now is actually quite high. It only takes 7% of the population to tip the scale. That's how I see it. And there's 10% more right now that are part of this. So you see, from a higher perspective, I'm getting the goosebumps everywhere. From a higher perspective, that's huge. From a human perspective, it's like, oh my gosh, that's awful, right? So I find it fascinating that they came through with this today and actually gave us numbers. Does it worry me? No. See, I don't respond to this kind of thing. And that is exactly what you're being asked to as well. You're not, and if you are responding, if you're worried, if you're going to start to spiral, then that is kind of their way of asking you to look at why that's happening. Maybe there's something else that you need to be looking at that you didn't think you needed to. Everything serves. And by them giving us this information today, that means something. It's not meant to scare you. It's meant to make you aware of something. It is meant to help you prepare. And if it triggers you, it's meant to allow you to look at why it's triggering you. You see? I hope this makes sense. Anyway, let me know what you think about today's message. Very controversial, very enlightening. What do you think? Let's talk about it. I love to read your comments. Let me know what you think. And of course, stay tuned for more. Bye.